I woke up to the sound of my alarm blaring through my ears. I sat up groaning.
Ugh, today is the first day of school. Yay me.
I get up from my bed and open my closet, wondering what I should wear today. After countless outfits I've tried on, I can't find any that will wow the crowd, as they say. Being popular is a huge role, especially in high school. Everyone looks up to you because you're very smart and pretty, etc. If I mess up just one tiny thing, all that is gone. So, having a good outfit on the first day of school is crucial.
I give up. You know what? I'm just going to wear a skirt, crop top, knee-high socks, and cute aesthetic tennis shoes. If somebody doesn't like it, they can suck a butt.
I head down to the kitchen where my mom is.
Hey, Mom. Good morning. What's for breakfast?
My mom stopped what she was doing and said, "Oh, hey, sweetheart. Good morning. Today's breakfast is chocolate chip pancakes with cream on top of it, as well as freshly squeezed orange juice."
Oh, okay. Sounds good, Mom.
As I hurried to eat my breakfast because I'm already late for school. As I was leaving my house, my next door neighbor, otherwise known as Ace, is the new kid everyone is crushing on. I don't see why I find him intriguing and mysterious, but other than that, he's just someone I live next to. As I'm on my thoughts, I bump into Ace looking up. I see him smirking up at me. I roll my eyes and I walk away. As I leave my house that morning, I bump into Madeline, the popular girl, with good marks, good looks, and who everyone wishes to be. Ugh, I find her snotty. She's probably like everyone else, stuck up, ignorant, and indifferent. But I can't help but smirk up at her, which earns me a look of annoyance. She walks away in a hurry. I head in her direction, since we do attend the same school. Something makes me stop in my tracks. I sense something eerie in the air. I looked around and I immediately took flight. There is something or someone here. I look around and there is an archangel falling at full force through the clouds. Michael. I flew over to him and grabbed him by his shirt collar and asked,
"What are you doing here?"
I asked, laced with a bit of venom. He spoke, but before I knew there was blood spilling from his mouth. "They're coming for her. It's now or never, Ace. You need to get her out of here now," he said, alarmed. He had an arrow piercing his chest. He started to descend. Before I could ask any more questions, he fell into the abyss of the ocean. I was taken aback by this news. But how did they find her? I started flying fast as I could to the school. Furthermore, I flew downward, spotting her at the entrance of the school. I headed to the back, crossing the corridor full of people. I hid in the corner. She was already bombarded by so many people, and asking her questions. She looked overwhelmed. I grabbed her and led her to an empty classroom. When I went to school, people asked me questions as soon as I got there. "I love your outfit. How was your summer?" I could not answer any of them because Ace came out of nowhere and dragged me to an empty classroom. I looked at him, about to go off on him, but something on his face told me to go off on him later.
What's going on?
I finally asked him. He looked at me alarmed, filled his face with another hint of what was it. He spoke up.
"We need to leave. You can't be here."
I looked at him wanting to ask him more questions, but before I could, I'm dragged away from school. I stopped in confusion about what was going on. What he told me next, I was taken aback.
"I'm an archangel. I came to this town to protect you from the enemy. As well, Madeline Halo. You aren't human. You are half immortal and half angel. Years ago, your parents were warriors for the angel Gabriel. There was an apocalypse at the time, and the enemy was stricken when they found out that the angel Halo had a daughter half immortal and half angel. They saw you as a threat. Your parents loved you and knew they had to protect you, so they put you through a portal, a Multiverse 23, which is the one you're in right now. They died protecting."
Stop. I've heard enough.
Madeline said, on the verge of tears. I had to process what Ace had just told me. Truth be told, I was shocked and felt terrible for my parents whom I barely knew. My life just changed in a matter of seconds. Everything I thought I knew of myself was completely gone. Would you believe someone if they said you weren't what you seem? I looked at her with a helpless look, wanting to take away the pain and shock that is registered on her face. I swallowed the vial that was about to come up to my throat, ready to reveal the next bad news. Likewise, I hardened my face, so she knows I'm being serious.
Look, Madeline, I know you don't want to hear this, but we need to leave now.
She looked at me with the same expression and spoke in a tiny voice.
What do you mean?
We need to go to another multiverse. You can't be on Earth anymore. It's not safe. The more you stay here, the more you're putting your family in danger as well as yourself.
Madeline's POV. I have to leave everything behind, my popularity, my not-so-parents, friends, school, etc. But if I don't make the right decision, every one of those things or people that I love will be in danger. I feel like fainting with all of this new information makes my head hurt. My thoughts are spinning. All my life, I always felt like I was missing something. That deep down within me there was a fire waiting to initiate. I would always wander this very earth, hearing the nature and creatures and the feeling of loss that wanders around the atmosphere I felt all these years. I took a deep breath.
Okay, I understand. I'll go to this multiverse with you, only if you let me take a few things with me.
Ace looked at me dazed.
Okay, you made the right decision, Madeline. Let's get a move on, shall we?
I inhale, not looking back. I have to do this if staying on this very earth endangers me and others, then by all means. Furthermore, I'm not taking any chances. I will regret this later on, not knowing that I just endangered myself to a monster. As we walk through the forest that cuts to her house, I glance at her every so often. I can't figure her out. It's driving me crazy. She's popular, has good marks, and has a good amount of friends that she's willing to give up for her and others whom she loves deeply. It sounds absurd to me. My ears perk up suddenly, attentively. I look around just to see a flock of birds flying overhead. I groaned at myself. I've been overly cautious ever since I saw Michael choking on his blood, warning me that they're after Madeline. I don't know why I care so much. I barely knew her. As we walk through the forest that cuts to my house, I'm still in a daze, shocked about what I had learned about myself. I'm confused, scared, and angry at the world, but all the more at Ace. But I don't know why. After all, he is trying to protect me. As they exit the forest, Madeline walks up to her back door window, and Ace, following her close behind, sees no one is home. Taking out her key, she inserts it into the lock and opens it, which earns her a creak. She walks in and looks around to see if there is anything out of place. Okay, good. No one has come looking for her here. She turns around to see Ace looking at her baby photos, which are perched up on the mantle. Clearing her throat, she can feel her face getting hot.
My room is upstairs. I'm going to go pack a few things and then we can leave.
Ace looks up at her, completely oblivious of what just happened. Okay. I head upstairs, pushing through my door. I look around my room for 2 minutes, knowing that I won't see it anymore, leaving a bit of a bitter feeling. I grab my shuffle bag and pack it with toiletries as well as some necessities. As I pack the last item, I get up and head to my desk. I write a letter to my parents explaining that I know everything and that I'm grateful for them taking care of me all these years. I fold the letter and leave it atop of my mirror. I head out and close my door behind me. Not looking back, I head down the stairs.
Okay, I'm ready.
Ace looks up from the book he's reading and closes it hastily.
Took you long enough. Let's go.
I roll my eyes. So where are we going?
As you already know, we're going to go to another planet full of different kinds of species. How? Through a vortex.
He says with a triumph. As he says this, he makes a circling motion with his hands. My eyes widen and a vortex has been created in my living room. Ace looks at me as if nothing is new to him.
You first, princess,
Said, smirking.
Do not call me that.
I take a deep breath and step inside, awaiting my fate. I inhaled the planet's air and the smell of unearthly grass. I opened my eyes and saw a variety of different kinds of species. But the most I see are archangels. I'm fascinated at how many there are. Sensing that I'm here, they all turn around and stare dead straight at me. As we entered the portal, I inhaled a very sharp intake, praying that the variety of creatures wouldn't recognize me. I see beside me that Madeline has risen, and her eyes glisten with wonder and pure admiration. I look around to see there are tons of species invading this planet. Sensing that we are here, every single one of them turn around, staring dead straight at Madeline. Realization hits me hard like a heat wave. Archangels hate half-immortals. I turn around to grab Madeline, but she isn't there.
What the? She was just here with me half a second ago.
I look around frantically. I look up and see she's been taken captive. I jolt awake in terror and fear, breathing heavily. I look around and see that I've been chained up in an arena. What in the... Wait. I shifted swiftly and saw Ace isn't with me. Did he leave me? What if they killed him? So many questions flood my head. The arena doors open up. She catches her breath. The sun makes her eyes blink back. Cheering sounds.
Oh my God.
I see I am met with thousands of archangels cheering and clapping.
Oh no. Why am I here?
I look frantically looking for an exit or anything. The other side of the arena doors open. Chains clink together, and two gigantic archangels appear snarling at her. At that very moment, she realizes why she is here in this very arena.
This is it for me. Okay. Just calm down.
I inhale sharply.
I'm going to be okay. I think.
I have two obstacles. 1. How to survive without getting eaten. 2. How do I escape this? As I thought of this, one of the archangels lunged at me, growling with its menacing teeth.
Holy shish nabob. I'm going to die today.
As one of the archangels lunged at her immediately, directly hitting her in the jaw, a large pair of wings instinctively protected her and the gushes of blood splatter everywhere. Madeline averts her eyes to see its Ace's, but how? Madeline winces, seeing that when Ace took the hit, his wings protecting her were cut in half in the process. She reaches for him, but is met by his body collapsing on her. She touches his side and sees he's been bleeding out. I need to do something, or both of us are dead. I had no other choice. I activated my half-immortality. I launched at the creature, executing it. I immediately took off my chains, grabbed Ace, and ran. I couldn't help but think of how terrifying this trip has been. I've been a coward. I don't want to die. This has all taken a turn in my life that I couldn't process, but knowing that Ace has protected me through it all, I never stopped to think that who will protect Ace. Madeline was holding Ace's body tightly while running. Ace's wounds getting worse. The more she ran, the weaker he got. Madeline needed to find a cave fast. Whilst running, all Madeline thought was about the health of Ace and the beautiful full moon out tonight. They abruptly find a cave and Madeline quickly helps Ace sit down. She looks around his body looking for all visible wounds, cringing when she sees the grotesque view of the mark the cut-off wings cause. Madeline tears up, tears going down her cheek, landing on Ace's chest. This is my fault if I wasn't such a coward. Ace will still have his wings and everything would have been okay. I wake up to the sound of the rain pitter-pattering.
The what?
I sit up, regretting that decision. Pain shooting up my back and my wings are what's left of them. I wince and slowly turn my head.
Okay, I'm in a cave, but where's Madeline?
I quickly sat up, ignoring the ounce of amount of pain in my ribs, back, and wings. I look around and see that Madeline is in the far right corner, sound asleep. She must be exhausted. I smile at her and missed her quirky humor. I need to tell her I'm not what she thinks I am.
Madeline, are you awake?
I whisper. Madeline groans a bit as her blurry eyes clear up, seeing that it is Ace. She smiles.
Ace, you're awake.
She sits up staring at his eyes but looks at Ace's wounds, realizing his wounds have not healed up completely.
Your wounds!
Madeline yelped out.
No, I'm okay.
Ace barely says back,
I need to tell you something.
The mood changes and Ace holds back his response. Madeline looks at Ace worried. The long, drawn-out response feels like an eternity. Madeline desperately holds onto Ace, hoping the response comes. The pause felt colder than the cave.
I killed your parents. I was given the role of killing you, but I fell in love with you, Madeline.
The voice fades out as Madeline's facial expression changes. Her eyes look pale and her face soulless.